Welcome, everyone. Oh my goodness. We are getting so fired up over next level. Oh my goodness, I'll tell you. We are Cindy and Jen Sprintison, and we are coming to you tonight from
St. Augustine, Florida.
Woo! And we're having a wonderful, wonderful evening. Can't wait to share with all of you. So we know that we've got a few new people on right now tonight. So we want to give you a brief overview of the X39 technology and just share a few moments with you before we begin some testimonies on the next level convention coming up.
Video disabled.
Uh, excuse me? Video's not working?
I don't know.
Hold on 1 minute. Let's see what's going on.
In the chat.
I can see the video and I can see you all. Yeah, it looks like we're good. Okay. Um, so yes, we are on video. Your video is not opening right now because it's recorded and we're trying to get as much on the screen as possible. So thank you all for being with us tonight. And if this is the very first time that you have been on a Zoom with us, we just want to say thank you for joining us. And we're going to share with you right now about this little patch. So we were introduced to this little patch 3 years ago.
Yep.
Amazing,
Yep.
right?
It's been
It
amazing.
has completely
Changed our lives, really.
rocked our lives.
And
It has been amazing. And so we've had so many amazing blessings from it, from health testimonies to financial testimonies. And the bottom line, all we've done every single day for 3 years is peel the back off of this little sticker and just place it somewhere on our body. I have mine on my wrist tonight. I put it on it this morning and I will wear it for 12 hours and then I will take it off, throw it away, and I don't wear another one tonight. And I'll put a new one on tomorrow morning and start all over again at 12 hours. What is so important that I tell you is that all I did to get the benefits from this technology that is using my very own light to stimulate my body to repair itself, this is how much effort I put. I peeled the back off of the sticker, I placed it on my clean, dry skin, and I went about my life. That's how much effort it
yeah.
took for me. And I was able to receive improved sleep, mental clarity, so many
Oh yeah.
testimonies,
Just
right?
on and on.
On and on.
Skin, gums, and
Yes,
that's just our personal ones. We've heard a zillion other ones.
we have heard so many. So the benefits, there's no limit. And the thing about the patch is that it's most important for you to get started wearing something that puts nothing in your body. It's just reflecting your very own light back into your tissue. And it doesn't matter what issues you have, it's going to stimulate your body to begin its repair work. So that is so simple. And as it's doing that, it is reactivating your peptides that then reactivate your stem cells and your collagen. So when we're using this patch, we don't even remember we've got it on.
Mm-mm.
We're just going out and about doing exactly what we want to do in life every day while it's doing its thing. So we're excited to move forward and talk to you about how do you get this patch? Well, you are going to fill out an enrollment form just like the person who invited you on tonight. They filled out this enrollment form. We filled out this enrollment form. And every person who is on this Zoom that is using the patch has filled out the enrollment form, got it back to the person who invited them, and they are using the product at wholesale price. That is the key about you getting back with the person who invited you tonight to get your product for wholesale. That's what we want for you. And when you are enrolled, the first thing you want to do is go tell as many people as you can. So as you share, what happens?
As you share, well, you're going to see a lot of people get testimonies,
Yes.
and the company also pays you to share. So that's exciting. So
You have an opportunity to have your enrollment package paid for. The enrollment packages are this is a sleeve, and it's 3 sleeves, 6 sleeves, or 20 sleeves. Each sleeve has 30 patches in it, and the patches, one sleeve, excuse me, covers 30 days with 30 patches for one person. So each time you get the larger package from the core package, which is 3 sleeves for $295, or the advanced package, which is 6 sleeves for $535, or the premium package that is 20 sleeves for $1,750. Each one of those just gets a better price. But the key for you is that you pick the package with the person who invited you tonight that it meets your budget. So there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. That to me is a no-brainer. It's a no risk because we've never seen what we're seeing today in our lives.
no.
We've never seen it. We've never seen the health that's coming from something so simple, a little sticker, and we have never seen the financial return just from being someone who's telling other people about this little patch. If you are breathing, you need it. No one knows about it, and everybody needs it. So that is the simplicity of this X39 patch. And we have a conversation tonight set up that's going to involve some people on our team that amazing friends after the time that we've gotten to know them over the last 3 years. Some are newer, some have been on a while. And we want to shift gears now and talk about the convention that's coming up a week from this Friday. Now, if you are a presidential, you will be invited to a meeting on Thursday, but everybody else, the meetings and everything start on Friday. So we're so excited over this, and Steve Merritt will be joining us in just a little bit. But we wanted to take a few moments for some of our teamwork to share with you what has the conventions in the past from our teamwork called This Is It Team meant to them. So this convention is actually called Next Level, and it is August 8th through 10th. And you know what? I need to bring those slides up real quick. Let me share my screen again for a moment. So Next Level is August 8th through 10th in Orlando at the Omni Resort. And to register, you go to thisisitconvention.com. We have people that are just getting enrolled right now or will be this week that will be registering for This Is It Convention. You can attend in person, and when you attend in person, the price covers the hotel room, the convention, the training, and it covers the dinner party Saturday night and Sunday's optional service, but you don't want to miss that. We have available now that you can get the tickets that allow you to just get the convention ticket without the hotel room. Now that convention ticket covers the convention, all of the training, the Saturday night dinner, and the optional service on Sunday morning, but you get your own hotel or your own Airbnb, or maybe you live near Orlando. And then I mentioned that there are meetings. Don't slow down, team, because the Presidential Summit on August 7th at 6 p.m. is for anyone who achieves presidential director by August 7th at 6 p.m. And senior director leadership meeting is August 8th at noon. So pull out all the stops right now because you can do this. You can be in those meetings. And there was a special announcement made from Steve and Gina Merritt this weekend. And they are offering, because we now have virtual tickets available again at thisisitconvention.com for a limited time only. You can save big with Next Level 25. It was only available 5 days. It's still available today. I think we have one more day. Steve may comment on that. But what's so exciting is that people that cannot travel, or maybe they're on vacation, they can still be a part of the convention. There will be, I don't know if it's a 35 or a 45-day replay for anyone who's purchased a ticket to go back and watch the Next Level convention over again, or any part of it you want. But today we have a new member on our team who will be in Poland on a wedding, at a wedding. And they signed up for Next Level Convention virtually because they knew they could watch it when they got back home. And they used the code Next Level 25 at checkout on the checkout page. And they saved that 25 at the end of their checkout. So get this to everyone who cannot attend in person. They could fill up their house, fill up their office, and so many people could be blessed by this. Or maybe you want to bless somebody on your team. So also for Next Level, if go ahead.
Okay. Like I say, for Next Level, it's going to be translated in 11 languages. So, if you got folks that speak Spanish and French and a bunch of different
Polish,
languages.
Russian, German,
Yeah.
Hungarian, Portuguese, Cantonese,
Yeah.
Mandarin, Romanian, and Italian.
Yeah, there you go.
English.
All right. Yeah, we do English.
That's right. So any of those languages, they will have translation for. It doesn't get much better than that, right? And on Sunday, this is the icing on the cake.
We think it is on Sunday morning. I don't know what time it is, probably 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. We'll have an optional church service. And to me, that's the highlight of the week. And I mean,
they have pulled out all the stops for Sunday morning.
The message, I guarantee you, will be dynamic. It won't be your normal church service.
That's right. And it will still be in the Omni Hotel. So you don't want to miss this. If you have an option to leave later in the day or at noon, this will end early enough for you to get home that afternoon or to fly out later. Make certain that you've made plans to be here. So we are going to stop the slides, and I want to invite some guests that we have. They're going to share with you for a few moments what they feel like, conventions for This Is It team have done for them in the past, and how they want to encourage you. I'm going to invite Marv and Diane to come on first. And Marv and Diane, I've got to open up. There you go. All right. Take it away and just share with the group what you feel tonight is the most powerful thing you can say to them about This Is It team conventions and the Next Level convention coming up. And thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for inviting us. We're Marv and Diane Johnson. We're from Iowa, a little town in northern Iowa called Kanawha. We're managers. We've been managers for too long. We're going to change that. That's what this is all about for us. Reignites the fire in us. It did it last time. It's going to do it again. I just love the conventions. Last year, they recognized the veterans, which I'm a veteran, and it was really amazing how Steve and Gina care for people.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I like how you can walk through the halls. I love it how the elites and the senior presidentials, everyone mingles with everyone, and they'll stop and talk to you. You can either learn something from them, or they may ask you questions and want to know what your story is. And I really like that.
Mike and Saeed, we talked to them in the hallway. Dr. Smith, chiropractor from California.
Yep, Dr. Tony.
people we look up to and we think, well, you know what? They're no different than us.
Right.
That's right.
They're all willing to tell us different things. Of course, we love you guys especially,
Yeah.
but those other SPDs are amazing.
Yeah.
The Sunday service, we actually booked a later flight. We normally drive to this. We booked a later flight, a 6 p.m. flight, so we can make sure to go to this and still get to the airport in time, because last year it was amazing. They actually prayed over people after the service. They prayed over people that wanted to come up front, and it really touched us.
I remember Marv nudged me and he said, "Do you want to go up there?" And I thought, I'm good. I'm usually the one that prays over other people and prays for other people. So, but later on, I thought, why did I miss out on that blessing? You know, and I would think about it during the year, like, you know, I could sure use that blessing. And
Well, you got a second chance now.
That's right. That's right. This year you take that second chance.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Thank you guys.
So much. We love you so much. And, you know, we never forget about the time you all came to our house with Don and Scott. That was such a fun time together. But we look forward to seeing you in Orlando. Thank you for sharing. And we are believing the fire will be reignited and you won't slow down a minute.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Gary, I'm going to try to bring you on now. You can open your... There you are.
I'm here. Hey,
Yes.
can you hear me?
I can hear you and we can see you. Thank you so much.
Great. Well, thank you for inviting me and giving me a chance to share. I just really appreciate you guys. When it comes down to why next level, and to me, all I could think of is one word: encouragement. And no matter what you're going through in life, you know, things happen in life, whether it's for your business or for family or whatever it is, everybody needs encouragement.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, the conference is aptly named. If you want to do better in life, which is really what this is about, then you need to come to the conference if you can, buy a ticket, make plans. If you absolutely cannot, then like Cindy mentioned and Jen's mentioned, then join online. But I'm telling you, there's something different when you're there in person. The atmosphere is different. I still remember the first conference I went to. I still have a buzz from that because, I mean, it was amazing. And, you know, if you've been wearing this, you know, I got my patch, if you can see it on my arm here.
Yeah.
But, you know, am I allowed to share a little? Anyway, I mean, I haven't had a headache in over a year. Recently, I had a diagnosis that I didn't like, but the Lord brought me through, but He had me using the patch, and I was, if I can say, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. But like Cindy mentioned earlier, because one of the benefits of the patch, and I believe this because of prayer and the patch, collagen was built up in my body, so it kept cancer from spreading. And so I was able to go in. I did have surgery, but no chemo, no radiation, and I hit the ground running. And I just, I thank God for this. And I thank God for this opportunity. But why next level? If you want encouragement, one, you can meet new friends. Two, increase product knowledge about the product, and hearing more testimonials will help you and help you sharing with others. If you're just starting out or you're wanting to grow your team, maybe you don't have a bunch of people on your team yet with different testimonies that you've heard, but when you come to the conference, you can share the testimonies that you hear from other people.
That's right.
I think one of the other benefits to me is meeting great friends.
Yeah.
And I think this is a real, sometimes we overlook that. And maybe your family isn't behind you, but you can have a new family.
That's right.
And I want to talk a little bit about Sunday morning, because we were made for more. We're made for more than just making money, just getting by, or even if you succeed, even if you can buy 15 houses, 20 houses, whatever. God made you for more. And if you want to know what the more is, then I want to challenge you to come on Sunday because seriously, it will change your life and your eternity in a great way.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I wanted to share. And
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you for sharing tonight, Gary. And I love your wonderful health testimony. And we're looking forward to hugging your neck again when we see you
Yeah.
in Orlando and your teamwork that you'll be having with you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Bless you.
Michelle, we're going to bring you on now.
Okay, how's that?
Oh, you look adorable.
Yay!
Great.
Good evening. Well, I'm Michelle Smith. I am from North Carolina, small town in the middle of North Carolina, and I am a director with LifeWave. Last year, I had only been in LifeWave a month, and somebody said to me, I think it was the summer solstice, said to me, "You need to go to Orlando." And I was like, "Okay, sounds like fun to me," because I'm all about some fun. So I said, "Okay, let's go." But what I found out is when you go to something like a next level, or last year it was called Believe, is you do get that belief. You get that belief in the product. You get that belief in the person and the people. I was actually going to make sure that this was on the up and up. I'll just be honest. That's why I went last year. I was like, okay, are these people for real? Are they, are they who they say they are? Are they going to help? And so that's what I went for last year. But what I found is, um, ever since COVID, especially, we're on our own. We do a lot of things on our own. And so I'm not around Paul and Linda or Cindy and Jens all the time. And sometimes it gets discouraging when you're not around them. And this gives us a chance to just gather back together, get everything back in order, get our belief built back up, get our belief in ourselves built back up. And the thing is, they say that if you just look around and see who is surrounding you, that's where your future is. And sometimes when we're by ourselves, we're like, oh my gosh, we don't want to be here. But excuse me, we don't want to be here with these people. We want to be with those people. We want to be with you guys. We want to be where you guys are going. And so next level is you get to next level and you're going to be empowered to go to the next level, whatever that is, the next level in your life, in your health, in your wealth, whatever it is, you're going to get there. The Sunday morning service is an absolute, don't miss it. Whatever you do, if you have to change your flight, if you have to figure out how to call in sick on Monday morning, it'll be okay, because you will be well blessed. It is always a great service, and I look forward to seeing everybody. I'm just really excited to just get there. I wish it was this week, actually.
But as you're talking, Michelle, I was thinking a lot about Believe last year, and thank you for sharing too. And tell Keith we said, hey, Keith is working tonight, so he wasn't able to be on. But what we saw last year, we came away going, because every single rank receives from convention. But we came away last year going, wow, 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 wow. And now what we know about the plans for next level this year, we're just so blown away. We want every single person, almost whether they're in LifeWave or not, on our team or not, we want them to be abreast of what's going to be shared, because what's been voiced tonight with all four of you, was that, there's things that happen, your encouragement. A lot of people are working in an isolated setting today. So they're not getting the daily cheerleading or the daily fellowship with other people and being in community. And that's really beneficial for us as we're, just kind of finding ourselves and finding our identity and believing that we can do something, that we can be a manager, a director, a senior director, and on up. So I agree with you. I think probably more important now than ever is next level, because Jens and I know we're meeting people out and about, and they're praying to find something. And we know that this opportunity is the something they're praying for because it meets so much of what they're praying for. And to be able to come into a room where they're being taught and rubbing shoulders with people that have gone before them, that have made this incredible opportunity in a really powerful way and allowed their families to get free. That makes all the difference in the world. Like we say, we're hope messengers.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. These next level, and all these conventions we have. I mean, all the people who made the top ranks have been to all of them, really. And that's,
Absolutely.
that's what, like you say, we're out there sometimes by ourselves. I mean, Zooms are great, but there's nothing like, getting together and rubbing shoulders, meeting people that you've seen on Zoom or heard on the end of the phone or whatever it is. So, it's always exciting. I mean, too bad it can't last a few more days sometimes because there's so many people to see. We can't even get them all in usually. But as we have people tell us every year, well, I was there. Well, we didn't see you,
And we want to see everybody,
Yeah.
right? Michelle wants to see them all. I want to see them all. Jens
Yeah.
wants to see them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing tonight. We appreciate you taking a few moments tonight to pour just your insight in. And the key is we want every single one of our team or people who are listening tonight for the first time, we want you to have the best opportunity to win.
Yep.
And that's what Gina and Steve are all about. That's why This Is It team. That's why an annual convention. All of that has to do with every single thing that has been brought up tonight. So I just saw, I just saw Paul and Linda, and I thought you were actually holding a meeting tonight, being out of town, but I don't know if it's Paul or Linda that are on here. So I'm just going to ask if you're on. I'm going to give you a minute to come on and just share your words of wisdom if you don't mind, and if you're able to.
Absolutely, Cindy. It's Paul, and
Hey,
Linda is doing a meeting in Tennessee, and I'm back in Florida.
yeah.
And I can't unlock my camera, but that's
Okay, let me get it
the
again.
picture is even better, so you get to see my beautiful wife. For those of you that don't know us, I'm Paul, and my wife Linda. We live here in Lakeland, Florida. She's in Tennessee. We went up for some meetings, and she stayed, and we're still doing meetings up there, and I'm back here in Florida, and we're just so fired up. This will be actually our fourth convention with LifeWave. Now, I want to just clarify. The first one we went to was August 2022, and we knew the importance and power of going to a convention. And we went to the LifeWave convention, which was very interesting because there were only 1,200 folks there. We really hadn't met Steve and Gina or Cindy and Jens. We met them for the first time there, but it was different. And we went, this company's been around for 16 or so years, 17 years, and it's like, wow, it's not like a real powerful convention. Then we went the following year to This Is It team, our first convention in Tampa, and the first team, This Is It team convention, you see the pictures. There were a couple thousand folks there.
Right.
There and at the River Church, and it was awesome. We said, wow, 1 year. And then the next one we heard about Believe, and we went initially to do due diligence for our friends. We wanted to make sure that, as Michelle said, we could look people in the eye and say, we know who we're partnering with. And we walked away from the first one meeting the Merritts and Cindy and Jens and the other leaders who were all just getting started. And we go, hey, these folks are the real deal. But guess what? Everything that Steve and Gina said then, they say the same thing. I look at my notes, it's the same thing. But what's really great is the first major event, we brought a bunch of folks, and then we're bringing more folks. And so the key is iron sharpens iron. The vision that you have will expand. Come with an open mind. If you're For those of you that are married and you can bring your spouse, if you can't bring your spouse, call one of us. We'll help you bring your spouse. If it's a guy and you're on my team, call me. We'll help you bring your spouse. We have the power of persuasion, and it's not because we're going to say anything different. We're going to look our friends in the eye, and many of our friends say, listen, if you're serious, this is where you need to be, because when you're a professional, you plug in and you have to do certain things. It took me 4 years of professional training to become a military officer, and then I had to go through a lot of training, continual training. Here we can earn while we learn, and it's inexpensive. You can't get this training anywhere else where you can learn how to be a multimillionaire, a multiple six-figure income earner, whatever your number is, and you're learning not from people who read it from a book, professors. And for those of you that are professors, God bless you. Some of my best friends are professors, but guess what? Most professors haven't done the do. When you're at these events, the leaders have done the do. When you are sitting with somebody who's helped 170 people become millionaires in less than 3 years, and the number's probably higher, that's called a clue. So we're really fired up and excited about Next Level. We love all of you. Thank you for giving us a chance.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you so much, Paul. My goodness, this is like having a family time tonight. It always is. Paul, thank you so much. And I think one of the things that that we want to really hit on for a minute while we're waiting for Steve, he's getting ready to jump on right now. But I think that we really need to emphasize, don't come alone. It's not too late. If you are registered, and as Paul said, you have a spouse, bring your spouse. If you have, and if they need encouragement, we want to talk to them, right? That's what he was saying, and I love that. But when you get your little booty in that seat, you're going to say, oh, I wish I had more people. That is the most common comment that is made every time we leave a convention. I wish I had had more people.
Everybody says that.
And you just encourage everyone, because if you don't have a ticket yet, get it now. We will help you figure out what's the best ticket for you, but you want to be there. All right, we have Steve Merritt coming on now, and we are so honored. Oh my gosh, you guys, buckle up, get your pen and pencil and paper ready, but you won't be able to write as fast as he's going to talk, I'm sure.
Here we go. Here we go.
Woo! Welcome, Steve Merritt, my brother, our brother-in-law, our family, the head of This Is It team, my baby sister Gina Merritt's husband. Take it away, Steve.
Okay, good to see you.
Next level.
All right, Cindy and Jens. I mean, you couldn't find better leaders, better friends, people that you want to, team up with and have a, fantastic journey. That you could really change your life in a big way. I mean, I will say, they've witnessed Gina and myself coming from nowhere, all right, and living a lifestyle that people would dream of. I mean, the key thing is that you got a life of adventure and you get to do the things that you love to do. I mean, the trips that LifeWave sends you on. Obviously the income, you've seen the people. I mean, if you've watched and you see the senior presidentials and especially the elites, I mean, they've been on vacation all summer, having a blast everywhere. Now, again, all I'm saying is that none of us have been in LifeWave very long. I mean, 36 months is how long we've been in. Cindy and Jens have been in. So 3 years. I mean, 3 years to have the kind of income that people are generating. And we're having a blast, and we want this for you. I mean, I'm not trying to say this to you for you to get sick or to throw up or to be mad. I'm trying to let you know that the journey's worth it. It's worth figuring this out. I mean, there is some things that you just have to understand. It's not complicated. It's just something that you want to figure out. By the way, Wayne Moorhead just was calling me, but I didn't take the call for him. All excited about Next Level coming, going to be sharing some insights of what is happening and what the corporate team is doing and pulling off for all of us. They're doing everything they possibly can. Is everybody perfect? No. I mean, that's why I tell everyone this is a 20-year startup. You want to have a 20-year startup because you don't want to have it a startup officially, but you'd rather have it where they don't have everything perfect. So we're all working on this together. I mean, you're part of the solution, part of helping in the process. So I hope you get excited about that, because if everything was like systematically perfect, sometimes that's too late. But to know that they need our help, they're excited to have our input, and we're all working together. It's fun, it's exciting, but we got to get you to the top. We got to get you making some money for your family. I mean, that's our goal, to help you. I mean, every one of you go to work. Every one of us, my wife and I, we both worked our tail off, just like Cindy and Jen's. I remember they're busting their tail at their nursery, raising their boys. It's not easy. All of us, we know, we didn't forget where we came from. We want to have this freedom, this lifestyle for every single one of you. That's why we're rolling up our shirt sleeves. That's why we're putting on the Next Level convention, because LifeWave has never, ever before, Gina, myself, Cindy, and Jen's, and the This Is a Team has never, ever had an event-to-event strategy to help build the business, which is because we've been in the industry for 37 years. You have to have one. If you don't have one, you are not going to have the growth, the excitement, and help bring everybody along. Normally, they do it every quarter. Gina and I, especially Gina, is like, hey, I don't want to waste my friends' money. We can do this once a year, and people with this technology, the X39, it's not that difficult to learn and win and succeed. We don't have to have a convention every quarter. Okay. We do have our virtual in January. Now we've just recently, so far, the first two that we ever had in LifeWave, our virtual, and even our the very first event we had, Cindy and Jen's were there in Tampa at their church, okay, was the #1 momentum month that LifeWave ever had in the history of 20 years. So I just want you to grasp that concept that in 20 years, we beat all records just after our convention. So that's what happens at these events. And you might say, well, what do I need to do? The key is this. It's not a Tony Robbins type thing. This isn't like just to get you motivated, but you will be motivated, inspired, and you'll have the knowledge of what you need to do. But you need to use it to have more people attend. So I just came back from Texas, and I'll explain why. I mean, what it is that it's like a franchise. Everyone's got to learn what to do and how to do it, how to say it, what to say, have the confidence of hearing David Schmidt tell you where he's going, how he came up with this technology since the 1990s. He's going to be talking about that. He's going to be making a special announcements that's going to blow even Cindy and Jen's mind about what, because if you're a family person, you're going to want to hear what he's got to say. This is going to literally blow it's going to mean, Jens, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars when we're gone. Put it that way. This is a setup that you will, sad to say, one of my friends passed away. He was elite not long ago, but Ken Robinson, and his, if he was still an engineer, his pay would have stopped that day. So now his family, his wife, his kids, at least are having a legacy of income coming in for every single one of them. And not to mention all the people he spoke with, about this opportunity. They all have a legacy business. The income keeps coming in. This is a very, very different opportunity, but you got to learn it, you got to grasp it, and you got to make it happen. So the more people that you have at Next Level, the more franchises that you have learning. I don't know if you've seen me ever show the plan when I showed the picture of the Tampa, the very first event that we had, and 1,000 people, a couple thousand people, and everyone's taking notes. And when they go home and build their business for their own family. And the only people teach are no professors, only people that have done it. So there's no theory teaching. People that are winning, succeeding, and are making it happen. So you're getting it firsthand. How did these people do it? Over 100+ people have hit the highest rank on our team in the last 30 months. So they're going to be teaching you what they did, how they did it. One of my couple friends that's going to be teaching came to their first event last year, at the Believe convention, and he came with his nose up. You might come that way. Maybe some of your friends come that way. But his wife drug him there, and they own 2 car dealerships and were able to replace the income of both these massive car dealerships. His life mission or his life's dream was to own these car dealerships, but it took his life away. His wife never got to see him. He didn't get to live life. And he's a completely different person. Doesn't even look the same as far as his health. We talk about people, we all love to save people's lives and their wellness, but understand, and most of them, if you only talk about the wellness, they're thinking about how much money are they going to try to get out of me for this patch? Even if it's only $99 a month, they're thinking me, my wife, my kids, they're only thinking money. But if you're thinking, what can they get out of this? What's their dream? What do they want to accomplish? That's the way we talk, because then the people see that, hey, look, this is where I can go with the opportunity. Well, that's what happened to him. And then once he got the freedom back, he's dropped so many pounds. He looks amazing. Imagine the stress of having 2 car dealerships. I mean, I know just car salesmen, and they're frantic. Imagine if you own 2 dealerships and you were in charge of them. So point is that he, in 1 year, completely changed his life, and already he's at elite. So I don't know where you're at, how long you've been in, but this can happen very quickly for you. And after you get to next level and experience it, that was his turning point. So he came there mocking, why am I going here for a sticker, is what he said. I was just with him in Houston a couple days ago, okay? And now their goal is to have 150 people, because if you saw that story and it changed your mind, you would promote it. It's up to you how you see it, but he saw what changed his life. So now he's got 150. His goal is to have 200 people at next level. So I don't know what your goal is, but that's like, I'm trying to help you on the concept of how you got to understand this is. You thought when you signed up that you're only going to be promoting wellness. Oh, wait, now we're going to promote opportunity. No, you're really going to promote all that, and you're really got to get people to the Saturday trainings. Like if you heard the Greg and Mena Warmbrier this weekend on Saturday, it was off the chart training on Saturday. But if you were the only one watching, think about it. You're the only one that knows what to do and how to say it. But if you had 10 people or 20 people, think about, they're duplicating and building their business with or without you. So that's what is going to happen, on a whole nother level at next level. If you haven't registered yet, I encourage you to register. Jens is a very common sense type person. He knows that if you don't know what you're talking about or you don't know what you're getting into, you should first educate yourself before you even do. So he's gone to seminars his entire life, and they cost way more money than the amount of money that it costs to get to next level. And most of them never paid off. He's probably chuckling right now, paid off what this has paid off already for him compared to what the expenses. And you get to go with your wife, you get to go with friends, you experience non-stressful things. They're not looking to take your money and you're wondering what's going to happen to my money. I think people have told me this is good, but here you're going with people that if you look at the fruit on the tree, okay, thousands of people, there's going to be thousands of people, and so many of them, the company could not report how many people have made $250,000 in 30 months on our team. So they went to 500,000 and they couldn't report that. So they had to go to the millions. So that's the only number that we know because it was too many. So this is the fruit on the tree is people are winning. Out of the top 20 income earners in all of LifeWave, that's been here for 20 years, all of us 36 months, 15 of the top 20 are on our team. So whatever we're teaching, the fruit is right there for them to win and succeed. And you might be saying, well, I haven't got there. I'm not there yet. Well, this could be the convention that changes your life. And you got to stop saying, I can't do it. Nobody's winning. Nobody is listening to me, because that's a breakthrough you got to have yourself. That's going to happen at the next level. The special guest speakers that we have coming in will change your mindset in a big way, because they're not just average people. They're people that really know how to help you get to where you got to go. As a matter of fact, we start on Thursday with presidential and above. So if you're presidential and above, you want to be there because it's going to be off the chart. And you might be saying, well, I'm not there yet. Well, you want to get there. Okay. And then senior director meeting is going to be another leadership meeting. Both of these are leadership meetings teaching you not only to hit a rank, because that's not what we're trying to do here. We're not just trying to, I mean, I don't even care if there ain't ranks. I just want to help my family. And the only way to help my family succeed is to help your family. So forget the ranks. I mean, when I first got in here, we hit the highest rank in 23 days. And I said, oh my gosh, everyone's going to be at the same rank. And everybody is. Because, I mean, it's happening. Now you're saying, Steve, you're making me sick. I know. But I want to let you know that we believe in you where you're here. I mean, at least you're here in a community of winners that want to help you win. So you're not in a bad place. But we have to tell you what is happening so that you can understand where you can go and where you can be. If you just tweak one or two things, is going to completely change what's going on in this business for you. It's going to, our goal is to take your business to the next level. So I'm assuming that all of you that are on here are coming, but you know, so I don't even talk like I have to make you come. I just want you to know that it's that important to be there. There hasn't been one SPD out of the 100 plus 20 elites. They didn't even have the rank when we started. They had to make the rank because David Schmidt wanted to have more intimate trips. So they made another rank. Actually, they just call it elite status. And now we have so many people hitting the elite. He's like saying, oh my gosh, there's too many. And I said, no, we're not going to raise the bar anymore. You just take and pick the people. Or then he said the top 10 elites get to go somewhere when we go on trips, which is great. It gives us something all to compete against. But the point is that whatever this is a team is teaching is popping people out at a major speed. And we want to help you get there in a big way. But it's very simple, it's a very small thing. It's kind of like, you know, when you first get in, you think, I got to learn everything about the X39 for me to convince people. But realistically, if you watch the people that are winning and succeeding, like Rick and Brittany that own the car dealerships, they met Danny and Diane at a marriage retreat, and they said, whatever that couple's doing, we want to do. But they never even knew what they were doing. So, I mean, you see what I mean? Like, I was in Park City not long ago. Cindy and Jens were there, and Gina was out in the street talking to some people a little loud, and some lady overheard her. We went to go sit down at a restaurant outside, and she came running over there with her boyfriend and said, whatever you're doing, I want to do with you. So you see, like, it's more about your attitude and where you're going and your vision. It's like, if you don't have a vision of where you're going, how are you going to get anyone to come in to where you're going? It's kind of like when I talked to Cindy and Jens, even though they were skeptical, they knew Gene and I were going to do it. So you see, that draws the people in. It's like, it's not got to do all the time about how good the patch is, how good and they did their own research on the patch, by the way. It wasn't like I had to convince and do anything. I mean, Cindy, I tell this to people all the time. I said, the more you get to know me, the more you believe that you could do it. See, some of you aren't close enough to me. Cindy's close enough to me to know that Steve knows nothing about the technology about this patch. So I'm going to have to do my own research. Isn't that interesting, though, for you? Like, I'm trying to help you because you're like saying, I want to be where these people are. I don't know, because I'm not talking to you right at the moment. Personally, I'm only talking to you on the Zoom, but I can't wait to shake your hand and get to know you at next level. But I will say that if I spoke with you for about 5 minutes, I could tell exactly what you're doing wrong just by the communication of what you say to people. If I watched you talk to somebody, because I don't say much. I'm a coach, and I've told you, and I've done this, not being comfortable doing it, but because I did it, I can teach it. I just want you to know that if you just realized how simple this is, it's got more to do with you being a relatable person, you being somebody, character values, you smiling, you saying hi. I mean, walk down the street sometime, or when you get to Orlando, when you're on the way to the airport, and just start practicing saying hi. Look at how many people are surprised that somebody said hi to them. Like, and if they grunt, they're not going to be a good prospect, but they might say hi back, and then you could have a conversation. It's this simple type thing that really starts getting you to see that this isn't that difficult. If you've never had a relationship with some people that you could call on the phone, and again, Cindy and Jen's weren't easy, even though they're brother and sister-in-laws, they weren't easy to contact. Okay, but we have a relationship. They know who we are. So we're Gina's sister. So point is, but you get what I mean is, because if you don't have anyone to call on your phone that's going to respect or listen to you, then that's something you're going to have to work on. Does that make sense? I mean, if someone else does have people that they can call and they like whatever you're doing, I want to hear about it, then you're going to have to work on that. I'm just calling it out because I want you to win. Wherever you're at in your life, it's your time to shine and figure that out. But the great thing is I was in the airport just this past week because we flew to Houston to help the people. And by the way, there were people in there that had a goal of 200 people. Somebody said they almost hit 500 people to come to next level. Someone else has hit over 1,000 people to come to next level. So I'm just letting you know that they get it. They understand it. Some of them never did it. The couple that goal has a goal for 200, they never succeeded. They never even heard of networking. They never did. I mean, they might have heard about it, but they were like, this is the first time they ever done it. So we're seeing it more and more, and they were the best ones to teach because they're coachable and teachable. You do have to be that way. But you understand they get it, that they have to bring people for them to see what's going on, and then everybody breaks and they go, and you can't stop them. But if you come by yourself, I'm giving you the concept, you come by yourself, that's great. You're going to have the belief and the confidence, but you're still kind of like you're in a career or job because it's only you promoting. Now, you're going to go home and try to explain this to the 10 people that you have. It's going to be very difficult because you are excited about something different than they are. They didn't see it. When you try to tell a joke and you heard a joke from the comedian, but it's never the same when you tell it than when he said it or she said it. So it's the same thing here. You've got to get the people there to see it. So that's a trait. If you can't get them there, then you got to learn to get them there. I mean, you're like saying, they're there. I can't get my team to go there. Well, first of all, you might not have the hungriest people yet. I have somebody that my friend Paulo just signed up, and they live in Holland, and he sponsored them on a premier package, and they said, we want to go to the convention, because he showed them that they could come to virtual. They said, no, we want to come in person. So they just bought their tickets like today or yesterday. They just signed up like 24 hours ago. And I've been on the Zoom with them, and they're already coming. So, and he even said, Steve, my friends are thinking about coming. And his friend interrupted him and said, no, we're not thinking, we're coming. So I just want to let you know that somebody who's hungry doesn't have to, they didn't say much to them. He didn't even believe he just told them about the virtual, and they're coming to the in-person. In Australia, they got 50 plus people coming from Australia, $14,000 per person to come here, to get here and do the trip from Australia. I don't know how many hours. I mean, I know it's like 30 hours because I've taken the trip. I actually won the world championships on the Yarra River in Australia, Melbourne, Australia. But point is that you're at next level, you're going to get the aha moment. Okay. Now your goal is to get as many people as you possibly can. We do have the virtual. That's not really what I like the most because you're not in the fire. I like to promote all the way up to the last minute. Like we're having a meeting on Wednesday night here in West Palm Beach. We guarantee we'll sign people up for next level because they'll understand what they need to do. Danny and Diane said they're doing a meeting in Dallas. We just posted it on the team Facebook page. They're going to get people signed up. I mean, we brought home like 20 applications the other night. So people are still signing up all the way from Holland as long as you open your mind. How many people today did you call and say, hey, you need to be at next level? Hey, nobody's ever succeeded that didn't go. It's like that would be an aha moment for Jens. He gets it right away when you say no one succeeded that's ever gone. Do I need to explain anything more? Somebody might have hit a little rank or something like that, but we're talking about a legacy type income that'll blow you away to the point where Gina and Cindy's other sister, Sandy, called me when she first got in and said, oh my gosh, they paid us too much money. I said, hey, don't tell anyone. You're going to ruin it for the rest of us. So, I mean, you feel like you ever go to work and you say, I wish I appreciate my job. Okay. But I just wish I got paid what I'm worth. Well, here you're going to be feeling guilty that they're paying you this much for the effort you're putting in. But you gotta move. You gotta decide What do I need to do? Have I gone manager? I got to go manager. You got to, the 2020, when I say it, I got the book of the month right here. Are you plugging in? Because it's all about relating to people. It's all about, I love when I speak with Jens because he's got a lot of different, he talks to a lot of different people. He knows a lot of different things. So when you talk to him, I mean, even if you're talking about a pet or a dog, he knows what to talk about the dog, compared to some people, they don't know what to say. They're not talking to, they don't know how to have a conversation. Wherever you're at, you're going to have that. Now, some of you are so good at a conversation that you chit chat. I call you chatty catties. You can't just keep talking to the point where the guy wants you to leave or they sign up just to hope and pray you never call him again. I'm just telling you what's going on. I've been doing this for 37 years. Only signed up twice in my life. This is the third time we ever signed up in our life. So you won't see us go nowhere, okay? Because of especially what David and Meredith are putting together. But somebody sold the company is why we had to leave. But we were praying for over a year to find the right one because we don't want to just do anything. And look at what's going on. It's the most talked about company in the entire industry inside the circles, but outside, nobody ever heard of LifeWave. That's like knowing a stock and nobody knows about it except you. So this is your time to really roll up your shirt sleeves. I mean, you wouldn't be on here tonight if you didn't really want to know what to do and how to do it. So first of all, no one's ever won to hit the highest rank ever in my entire career in this that didn't come to a major convention. Now, LifeWave never really had a teaching major convention before we started. I mean, they had conventions, but I went to one. It was 20 to 19 years in, and they didn't teach us anything about how to build a business. They taught us about the drone that was coming out, but that doesn't teach us about the X39 or how to build. So we started this and helped everybody understand how to build it and put together conventions that you have to invest in, because when you bring in the quality people and what we bring in, you have to invest. Not to the point where it's ridiculous, but when you invest a little more than $20, you attract a higher caliber person. So you got to understand that you want to get a quality training, not just somebody that's just going to say a few words and do something. I mean, we know exactly to a T how to win, what to say, how to say it. And we've been teaching it just like we did on Saturday. If you didn't hear the Saturday with Greg and Mena, make sure you go on there. I mean, here's an attorney and a business consultant telling you that this is the way to get free. I mean, they couldn't stop talking about how they got free and how you get free. And nobody's been doing this more than 30 months. So whatever you do, don't get frustrated where you're at because you just started. I don't care if you've been with us for the whole 36 months. You're still just getting started, because this can happen as fast as Rick and Brittany as soon as you have your aha moment at an event like Next Level. Now, imagine if you brought a Rick and Brittany. Now, do you know why they came there? Because their sponsor, Danny and Dan, know how powerful the event is. So they had them there. And even though Rick wasn't serious about building, he woke up in the meeting and went home and went elite. So I want you to think about who you've talked to that you really didn't tell them how important it was to get them to Next Level. Worst case scenario, toward the very end, the last 2 days, 48 hours, you can sign them up on the virtual. But until then, you really don't take any excuse to get them in the fire. Because when they're in the fire and they are right there with David Schmidt, Meredith Burkich, and all these 100+ leaders that have won and succeeded, and the energy in the room, you just leave so confident that is what really, knowledge is what really gives you the confidence to win and succeed. So you just really need the confidence to make it happen. I don't know how you got to get there. If you're, it's like if your long lost uncle said, I got $1 million in Orlando. You just got to get there on August 8th through the 10th at Champions Gate. You would figure out a way to get there. So you could do it. You change your calendar, you'd figure out, and you'd be there. And that's the same thing if you're talking. Let's say you're signed up. Now I got to learn how to get people to the event. So we're doing our best to help them understand where they're at. But I don't see too many options in my life out there where you can have this kind of freedom I mean, unless somebody gives you millions of dollars or you got gifted or you something, maybe you are a David Schmidt that can come up with the ideas. This isn't normal either, by the way, because Jens will tell you that people that are inventors usually they don't make all the money. They spend so much money inventing the technology or whatever that somebody else bought it for pennies on the dollar and they made the millions. So, this isn't even normal for him. And he went through some tough times to bring the company to where it's at today. So because of all that struggles that he had, we have this opportunity. So I don't really know, getting off the next level. I don't know where your focus or your priorities have been, but any leader, even like John Maxwell, you read any of his books. I was reading a chapter of one of his books this morning, and he's talking about how, you got to make things a priority. So if you haven't really made it a priority, then you can't really say it's not working for you. If somebody says to you, hey, I've already heard about it. Hey, you didn't hear it from me. Then that's what I had to do. And I have someone that's elite. You didn't say the same thing. It's not normally it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So, but you can't really mess this up because even Danny and Diane's business came from Andy and Mandy Hosier, who overheard Ken Burke at a businessman's luncheon or networking event just talking about stem cells. And he said, I didn't mean to overhear you, but can I hear more about what you're talking about? And now they're elite. So, and they said they've never made this kind of money in their life. He was working a corporate job. And there's so many people that are going to be speaking at the event that were stuck in a rut at a corporate job. I mean, I kind of figured how bad it was, but I didn't know because I never really worked for a corporation. But I'm glad that I heard about this industry because these guys' stories are really rough and tough. And I guess it makes you tough enough to win in this. So I pray that you really find the people. There's people praying every single day for what you have to gift them with the X39 and this opportunity. But I want you to really understand that if you were going to say to me, what's the number one most important thing in the entire business, I'd say you got to get to the big event. Luckily, you've got almost 2 weeks still to be there and to bring some people, but at least be there. It's very simple. If you were going to coach, if you've hired the best golf coach for your son and I didn't have a coach, even if mine's a little talented, it doesn't take long before that coach is going to teach your son how to be one of the best. It doesn't, you can't win in anything nowadays in sports without having a coach. It's the same thing. You had to go to school to learn your career. You had to, in order to do anything, you had to learn it or go to a seminar to make it happen. So don't take lightly what we have to say because once it's over, and you got to wait a year. So there's nothing else like what's going to happen this weekend, or I mean, not this weekend, but August 8th through the 10th, which is like the reason why I say this weekend is it's coming up fast, but you've still got plenty of time. Now I'm going to throw it back. I'm not done. I just want to have Cindy or Jens, if they got anything I might have left out to help everybody here, because I don't want anyone to miss tonight, mostly to know that this is worth doing. It's worth doing. There's nothing I've ever seen. Now, if you're not having the success that you want, it's just one simple thing. It can't be that much because I'm meeting all these people. It's like, okay, here's what Rick said to me. This is why you might need to come. Okay. Rick said, as the owner of 2 car dealerships at the time in Believe, with saying to himself, why am I going to this sticker convention? That's a real good attitude, if you know what I mean. But he saw people go across the stage and he said, Steve, I think this is going to sound a little rude, but I saw that if these people could do it, I couldn't see me letting them do it and me not being able to do it. I just could not see myself not succeeding after seeing who's going across the stage. I have to admit, I said that to myself at the very first LifeWave convention. So this is from that little saying that I just said. I know every one of you has got the goods to make this happen. You got the best mentors in Cindy and Jens. They're really only here. They're very successful business people and individuals and friends and relatives. I mean, my brother and sister-in-law, and they want everyone's heart. I mean, I would know them better than anybody because only one knows them better is my wife because she's known them longer. But for as long as I've known them, their heart is wants every one of you to win and succeed. So they're not holding back from any one of you to win with this opportunity. But you got to decide. I'll never find anyone, you'll never find any business in your life where you have all of us people wanting to drag you across the finish line. You got to decide sooner or later that you want to pass us up and you're going to do it with or without us, because there's only so long we can drag you across, and we only got so much energy ourselves, but we're doing our best to let you know that we're here. We want you to win, and we're going to do everything we could possibly do to position you for success. And that's what you got with Cindy and Jen's, and the entire This Is the Team. So I don't think you're ever in life, maybe you have one time possibly that this could come across your path, but this is the moment for you. You're not here just on coincidence. God put us all here at this one moment. He's got favor with everybody on the This Is It team. So that's not leaving you out. It's just a matter of you got to just figure out what the one or two things that you're going to learn at next level is, and you can thrive to make this happen. And it's not something complicated. It's something very, very simple. So Cindy, throwing it back at you.
Wow. You covered it all in 30 minutes, Steve. That was incredible. I think my favorite part is that not one of us that has hit the top rank has forgotten where we came from. And that's why we are such a sense of urgency that every single person, like you said, if we can do it, when he saw the people going across the stage, that's happened multiple times. If they can do it, so can we.
Right.
And that we want this for everyone. This is something that you said it, you can't get it anywhere. This opportunity isn't laying around just everywhere. This is freedom.
Yeah. And you got mentors that are saying for free. This isn't like, I always love, I don't want to pick on their career because I don't really know. I don't want to put them all in a box, but many people say, I'm a life coach, I'm going to help you. But what are they really doing? Like, okay, maybe they're great, no problem, but they're going to charge you. Okay. So maybe they really do have something. I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to say, but here we are, and you could see us, touch us, feel us. We're right here. We want you to win and succeed. And we're saying, hey, for free, let's get you to where you got to go. Now, you might be saying, like Mike might be saying, hey, I don't want to do this. Neither do I. Nobody wants to do anything. But this is the best way to get what you want to get out of life that I can ever see. And you're actually going to make an impact on people. I really love that so much, even more than what it's going to bring for you. Now, we all got to make money, so we're going to have to make some money. But the feeling that you get when you help the people win and succeed. So I'm just letting you know that we got plenty of time yet in 2025. Our goal is still to put 1 million people in. So that means we got to count on you to put a lot more people in your business. And that's our goal, to help you. We're going to do more of these Zooms. We're going to do everything that we can do to get out on the road. We've been doing it. We can't go everywhere. All right. But you got Cindy and Jen's, you got yourself. It's a business that once you get it, it's like I was talking to one of the folks that is going to be doing a presentation, and they said people just have to learn how to they got to show the plan themselves. They can't keep waiting. They got to just go out and do it. And I'm like, well, it should be pretty easy for them, because if I can read the slides, they can read the slides. You just read the slides. But that could be something that you're not doing enough. But it's really, you just go there first, practice on your kids, some relatives, doesn't matter what they say. But you could say, hey, what is it that you want to get out of life? Now, before I can even show you this presentation, Mike, I have to find out what you want. And you might say, well, I really want to take my family, for a whole month somewhere. Okay. Like to Bora Bora for 1 month, just no matter what, we don't have to come back. Okay. And I say, well, do you have any other way to get that? No. Okay. No way. No, but that's really my dream. So now I'm just going to be able to throw it back at you and say, Mike, I know you're my brother. I'm only practicing on you. But the fact that you have no other way to get there, and all these people, that's what they do. They've been traveling all over. They're just having a blast traveling. You might want to take it serious. So you see, even when you're practicing, you know how to relate to the people. But it really has nothing to do with Michelle, if you want to do it or not. It's got to do, if you want the end result, what else is there for this kind of result? That's really see how it's like that might not be something that you're saying, because it seems to me, now I'm just talking a little longer than I should, but I just want to throw it at you while I'm on a little bonus, that people are very comfortable talking about the X39 and sickness and disease for some reason, but they're more uncomfortable talking to Mike about what his dream is. You see what I mean? But the real way to build the business and to get into to Mike's heart is to find out what he really wants for his family, and is there a way to get there? And if he doesn't have a way, like Mike met somebody in Switzerland that he sponsored. Mike Hernandez, my friend, and he said that the guy, he was just playing pool, and he was the waiter or whatever. And he said, do you like being a waiter? Is this like your what you want to do for the rest of your life? No. Well, what do you want to do? And he said, I want to do something else. And he said, how long do you see it's going to take? About 5 years to be able to do this. He's like, would you like if I could show you a way to accelerate where you want to go? And the guy said, of course. So you see, like, it's all got to do with that kind of a conversation. Now, you can lead with the X39, but it really is not going to get you where you want to go to find people that want to come to the event if you didn't get to how are we going to accelerate that dream. And you got to build a business. It's not just wearing the patch. And remember, that's where LifeWave was for 20 years, people only talking about the patch. So I see that that's a comfortable spot, but this isn't that. Remember what I said, it's not that much. If that's all you have to learn is how to have that type of a conversation, and it doesn't mean that they're all going to sign up. You just have to expose people to not only the X39, but that you have a vehicle that allows them to achieve things that they want to achieve. That's the key that you need to, and that's what we teach at the next level on a whole another level. And you get the confidence when you leave to say, hey, look at, it's like my friend Al Huva. He's an executive in the business. He was having trouble making phone calls. His wife said he's having trouble. So me and Gina fly all the way to the west coast of Canada. We go in the locker room. I don't know if anybody heard the story, but I made the phone calls in his locker room because he drove a Zamboni. He's a hockey. He's in Canada. Drives a Zamboni. For some of you don't even know what one is. They clean the ice in between the quarters or whatever. And he saw that I was so bad at making his friends phone calls that he took the phone back and said, if you got to where you're at being that bad, I'll make my own calls. But you saw that I made the effort to try to help him. You see what I mean? Like, it's just a matter of showing people how much you care. You don't know, but I mean, everybody's different. So I'm not going to say every single person is going to react that way. But by doing it, you're going to find. And let me give you a thing. Mike, you're just on the screen. And Michelle, I'll just talk to you. It's okay, everybody on here. You only need 3 people out of everyone you meet in life. 3 people that you'll win at this opportunity. 3 people that are serious about their dream. They want to be coachable, teachable, and nothing's going to stop them. But there's so many people like that. You only need 3 of those. Okay. So if you know that, does it really matter how many times you got to expose the X39 and the opportunity when you only need 3? And let me help you. If you only need 3, you can be so bad because it doesn't matter how bad you are. When someone is looking, they don't even care how bad you were. So you don't even have to work on your people skills if you don't want to, right? But if you do, you'll have a little better success, But I'm just letting you know that when you got to find 3. I didn't finish my story when I was coming through from the airport from Houston. I'm just like, I just am blown away by how many people there are. I remember one of my friends who was the mayor of Stewart showed me this population thing, Jens, that showed how many people, this was back in the 80s, or 90s, how many people there were going to be. And there's just so many people. I mean, remember when you could only fly in an airplane when you wore a suit, or like when Gina was a flight attendant, you could only wear a suit in first class because everybody in first class wore a suit because there was hardly anybody. There weren't that many people flying compared to now. Now it's kind of like a bus. The airplane is like a bus. So that just tells you how many people. There's just so many people that when you know that, you're going to win at this. It's just a slam dunk. I mean, everyone that's got common sense wants to wear this patch. And everyone is looking for more money, more than we ever seen in our life. So you're just going to have to keep pressing on. but get as many people. If you're not going to next level, you just got to say, hey, I'm waking up. I'm going no matter what. Okay. You just figure out, I'm going to go. Those of you that got a room, bunk up, get people on your room, get some more people from your team in there, because we don't sleep. There's no time to do nothing but learn for one weekend. And then everyone goes home and we're going to crush this thing and tear it up. Okay. Whatever you do, don't miss Sunday church, because it's going to be incredible. We're going to have the best speakers, guest speakers that are speaking Friday and Saturday night. They're actually speaking at church. So it's going to be incredible. The information that you're going to get, it's the exact same thing you need. It's like, okay, Paul, in this company, there's hardly any momentum in Asia. Now, I'm not trying to say that there's no problem. It's like, that's an opportunity for us. Remember that story about the shoe salesman? When the guy go to the island, he goes back to the company, the boss, and says, hey, they don't wear shoes in that island. We can't sell shoes. The next guy they hire, he goes over there and says, oh my gosh, this is a gold mine. Nobody's got shoes. Well, we got to say that about Asia. But the key is that they don't know how to build the business properly. No one's taught them. They've only been taught to only patch. Remember Meredith Burkett? Some of you don't know, but she's only been here 20 months, 10 months less than us, or 15 months less than us. She went around the world to see why so much volume, 60% plus, are underneath the This Is It team and not everybody else. It's because everyone else is looking for sick people, and we're looking for people that want to have better health, but they're go-getters. They're looking for an opportunity and want to press on. So that's the key. Like I was saying to the Asian friends, Paul, was that because I working with some new people from Asia, and I'm like, guys, I know that you love to train and teach. Even some of you might be kind of people that want to teach and train, but it's really not training. Those poor Asians know so much more about the patch than me, but they can't sponsor anybody because no one's teaching them smile, say hi to people. What do they want? What's their dream? Mike, what would you like? I want to help you get there. They're not talking this way. They're all knowledgeable about the plan and the patch, but the new person, it's so overwhelming. They don't even want to know that. They just want you to hear what people want you to listen to them, not you talk about how much you know. So this is what we have to challenge. But isn't that a simple challenge? I mean, that's not that hard. All we got to do is listen, and the people like you. It's like I teach people. When they say they want a question, tell them it's a good question, because that's part of making a friend. Compliment them. Oh my gosh, I like Steve. He said I got a good question, even if he doesn't know the answer. You can't wait to fire back the answer. I mean, if it's you, I'm not saying it is you, but I'm just helping. I want everyone here to see that. Isn't that a little thing though? You'll have to bite your lip if you're good at answering questions. Like normally, Mike, in any career, you would want to know, you would expect that any question you ask me that I would know. You know, in any career, if you're asking me and I'm your dentist and I don't know, you ain't coming to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one example. Same if I'm a home builder, I'm going to build you a crooked house if I don't answer. You already get that. So here it's like, hey, that's a good question. Here's where the information is, but it's more about complimenting them and finding out what they want. So if someone was like listening tonight and they're here and they're saying, oh my gosh, that's what Steve does, you're going to have to bite your lip for a little bit, because I had to do that, like bite your, as far as not saying everything. But once you get it, it's not that difficult. So I can't stress enough, make sure you're there. I'm sure there's some people on here that I've got some people on their team that they could teach a little bit better way to say, hey, this important to be there. Don't miss it. I will say this much, that when the first video plays, you are going to be blown away. Mark my words. Everybody text me when they hear the first video play. They're going to say, these guys are crazy. Okay. And then when you hear the first person hit the stage, you're going to know right away that I should have listened to Steve and had more people here. You still got almost 2 weeks. So just keep talking. Yeah. Everyone that I've talked to all the way to Texas is saying, we're still bringing people. So a lot of you are in Florida, but wherever you live, it doesn't matter. You just keep talking. The guy signed up from Holland today. So, him and his wife are coming together. So great sharing with everybody. It's been great talking to you. I know we talked a little bit longer tonight, but I wanted you all to really get it so that you understand the potential, the power, and what we got our hands on. The key you want to know is it's worth figuring this out, because you might be saying, I got to get this figured. Yeah. or I'm not sure if I want to. I want to let you know you can't afford not to figure this out. You got too many good people here, and it's not complicated. So you want to get this figured out, but you can't figure it out if you don't come to next level, because at next level, we're looking at all the people that are there, and that's who we're going to work with first because they already know what to do. We don't, this business is not about holding everybody's hand. It's about helping them, guiding them, making it happen. We're going to do everything we can do to help you. But when you come and you sponsor Bob Smith, because you came, you're going to be helping John on another line, and we're going to be helping Bob. And then Bob's going to help sponsor somebody. We're going to be way down your depth helping you. You're not even there because you're helping somewhere else. But because you went to next level, you know what to help and work with everybody and make it happen. So it's so important for you to be there and not miss out. So don't worry. Don't be thinking about how much it is, even if it costs, even the little bit of cost that it is, you won't even know that you went there because first of all, your business is going to explode. All right. You got to be saying it and speaking it, expecting it. And it's minute compared. I mean, if you're that tight right now, what's a little tighter? If you think about it, I mean, if you're that tight, so that you really you can't lose. But I will say, I'm not just telling you to come just to come. You need to come with a notebook, a notepad, taking notes and suck it all in and really grasp every zinger. As a matter of fact, if this is like your first one, if you're a couple and you're your first one, you got to do what my friend Mike Hernandez said. I want to give you a little tip. He said that he went to about 5 of these and he just was mesmerized or thinking about something, but he never really got the real zingers, the real things that really made it happen. So make sure you come attentive and you're really zoning in. The great thing is we got the X39 now, so you're really going to be zoned in on what we need to do to make it happen. But wherever you're at, it doesn't matter because it's going to be an explosion after we leave Orlando. So get ready.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks.
That was powerful.
Thanks, Jens.
I can pretty much sum up what he said in probably 2 words: be there.
Yeah.
Be there is the thing. And you know, as he said too, we're going to learn from people that have done it. You know, I've been to seminars, and a lot of you have been to college. You listen to a professor to tell you how to do something he's never done, but that's not going to happen here.
That's right.
And you know, so I mean, it's like you say, it's the real world. And you know, like Steve was just saying, you know, if we're just telling people about the health, you know, we might have addition in our business, but to multiply our business, you got to tell them about the money. And to get anywhere in this company, you got to multiply it. Addition is not going to get you there.
Yeah. And I think too, Jens, is that the cost of living is going through the roof. You got to grasp sooner or later, you got to grasp this duplication effect. Now, most of the meetings that I see now, maybe there's some in here that are much younger, okay, which is great because you're already seeing it. But many of you, we got to set the example for our kids. You know, some of them might not even be seeing it with us having the success, but when they see enough of it, they're going to understand that they got to duplicate their efforts. They cannot make a living. Jens will tell you easily, just looking around, you can't make enough money, just your own sweat equity. Even your own business is not enough. It's too much. It's a different world out there. So we got to teach this. And that is where you got to grasp onto this. You can't let go. It's part-time. Don't let it get to your head, meaning that if you're a painter and you come to me and say, I want to paint your house, and I say, I don't want my house painted, and you're a professional painter, you just take it calmly and you go to Jens and Cindy, say, do you want your house painted? But for some reason with the X39, it plays with, you're like, oh my gosh, this big thing, you know, the guy said no. Hey, that's part of, you know, Jens, anything he's ever done, if they didn't want his product or his plants, he waits for the next one. It's not like you're gonna make this big psychological mess up in your head. Don't let that happen to you because there's more people. If you think of the odds of you finding someone that's looking, 3 people looking in your life that want to have better health and more importantly want to have an opportunity of a lifetime, it's way in your odds. So, and you got to show there's people watching you. I just got that actually happened to my friend Paolo. He said, people are watching us. I didn't realize this, but they're watching us. And, you know, I'm building it. Okay. He's trying to remind me. I talked to him a year. Okay, he's like a brother to me. And he did sign up, but they said they're not going to do it for over a year. Then he finally starts, and they're the #1 income earners in all of Europe. And they only been doing it for a year and a half. But think about it. He's telling to me that people are watching. Well, he was watching me. So they're watching. Everybody's looking to see, from your kids to your friends, and people that you don't even know are seeing what's going on, because they know they got to do something. You don't know what's going to happen. The person that says they don't need it the most is going to show up one day and say, hey, I don't know what you're doing, but I got to do this. And they'll probably be the rocket to the top because you stayed in. I could tell you how many stories too, Mike, that people talk to people. Finally, they didn't know that person's thinking, praying, I might need to do what Mike is doing. And then they come to Mike, and Mike has quit, and they get signed up under Cindy and Jen's or somebody else. You know what I mean? And they go tear it to the top. And that could have been someone that could have been your family's financial freedom. So this is a very funny, I mean, I'm being serious, but it's different because it really is not that much different, because if you're in any kind of business, it's relationships. It takes time sometimes before you really get the person that's going to be a full-fledged customer, if you've ever been in business. So it's the same thing here. Not everyone's going to jump right at the moment, but there's enough people that are looking right now. You just have to get out there and expose it, and you're going to find them in a big way. So it's been great sharing with everybody. We'll see you in Orlando.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank
We'll
you.
be online on Wednesday too.
God bless you,
I
everybody.
love you guys.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you so much for being a part of tonight. And we will have this recording posted shortly to the Jensen LifeWave Telegram page. God bless you all. Thank you to those who shared. Have an amazing rest of your evening. You can jump on the Zoom that This Is It team has going on right now.
All right.
God bless.
Love you guys.